Maybe it's even FBI, CIA, Homeland Security.
I just wanted to say, man, I remember years ago, I just had a flashback. I remember years ago, I don't know, I don't remember what year it was. It had to be, I'm thinking from the year of 2000 and maybe 10, 11. I really don't know. I really don't, or it might have been 2007. It might have been, I'm not sure, but I remember I was always playing the dating sites, right? I would go on the dating sites, and at this time it was a lot of, phone lines. So, remember that song by Pretty Ricky, Pretty Ricky. 5 in the morning, so I'm on the hotline, you know what I'm saying? That was my jam too, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them for that song. So honey. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So they wanna have that with me. Na, 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 na. I ain't had in a while. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I met, I realized that, like I said, I talked to several chicks, you know what I'm saying? And I actually met several chicks. Now I never, some of the chicks, I never really, engaged with them sexually, but it was just like a conversation on the phone, blah, blah, blah. I met them in person. And when I seen them in person, they was all right, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really my speed, you know what I'm saying? I would give them a ratings of probably, some of them was like a 6.5, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and some of them had, some nice booties or whatever that, but they was just like pretty much average in the face or whatever. Not just to be talking about people. I'm just telling you the truth. You know what I mean? So, but it was this one particular girl that I was talking to, this young lady, should I say, um, who was talking, and she was pretty much on the woke side, you know what I'm saying? And we used to have real good conversations about, the world. And like I said, this was all in the, I was always on, I told you my spiritual journey started in 99. So I've been ascending since 99, you know. So that's when everything really, really started to crack down on me, So come to find out, like I said, that they was always putting, these people into my life, but I didn't know. I didn't know it was a Mason takeover. I didn't know that everybody was affiliated to some type of secret society or a secret cult, or should I say uh the or should I say the Eastern Star, because when I was talking to this female and I noticed that, like, when I seen this chick, right now, she was, I forgot, I couldn't even tell you where I went to go. I don't know why I don't remember a lot of stuff, man. I guess maybe we got smoked too much, whatever. You know what I mean? Or maybe the AI, the aliens is doing something. But I don't even remember. I just know that I drove to go see her, and she was not around the corner. It was like an hour and some change or something. It was at least like an hour away, you know what I'm saying, for me to go see this chick. You know what I mean? I drove to go see her and everything. We smoked weed together and everything. And like I said, we conversed over the phone, and she was on some woke type stuff, you know what I mean? So when she broke it down to me, I said, are you Mason, or are you Eastern Star or something? And she was like, yes, I'm Eastern Star. Cause I was just now waking up to that. I was just now, doing studies on the Masons and stuff like that. And but I was still, still, I would say, wet behind the ears, about it. But I knew of it. I wasn't completely like oblivious, or like, in the dark about it. So when she told me that, I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So to make a long story short, like I said, our relation, our conversation didn't last long. I met her just that one time. You know, she didn't look how she didn't. Her personality was completely different of how she looked. Like when you see her, you would think that she was a straight hood ratchet chick. You know what I'm saying? She looked straight ratchet, but when she talked, she kind of talked like she had like a little, like almost like a nerd type of white accent, you know what I'm saying, to her. And she was you could tell she was smart. She was articulate, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you say you can't judge a book by its cover. Because I could see a person looking at her and judging her, you would think she's Taquisha from the projects, you know what I'm saying? But she was different. You could tell she had mannerism and stuff. You know what I mean? She was raised different, like the comedian guy. Who raised you? You know what I mean? She was definitely raised different. So, but like I said, my point is why I'm making this video is that all this time I was surrounded by these Eastern stars. Like, you think it was just a coincidence that I met a female, and not just one female, but several females that I met on the line, you know what I'm saying, that was some type of Eastern stars. You know what I'm saying? And it all and I'm putting the pieces together, and it all makes sense. Like, I was always running, because you gotta understand, when you meet chicks on the phone line, and then you act, and somebody, answers your request to conversate with them, they were sent to you. It's easy to send somebody your way on a phone line. So I met several, like I said, I met several females on the phone line. Some I was intimate with, some I wasn't. But now when I look back at it, these chicks was all bots all along. They was already connected to this Mason takeover. Do they know the history of it? Do they know how dangerous it is? I don't know. They probably don't. You know what I'm saying? They might have been born into it. Just like us TIs are born into the targeting program. You don't have no clue. You know what I'm saying? Until you woke up and realized that you were being gangsta, you know what I mean? But so my point is, what I'm saying is that if you are a TI now, it just didn't start happening. At least I'm speaking for myself. I really can't speak for everybody else, because I don't know how deep and serious yours is. But in my situation, you think if I was meeting morning stars back then, you think that that was just some coincidence? Nah, they was already putting these morning star females into my life. My baby moms, all the females that I met. I haven't met nobody really. Either look, we talking male and female. We talking male friends. If you got male friends coming into your life that you cool with, y'all hang out, y'all smoke weed. I used to smoke blunts with ya. See your picture. Now they want to grab their guns and come and get ya. I bet you DB won't slip. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this was already orchestrated. You never had a real friend. You never had a real female friend. They was already plants. You was always the target. You was always the target. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why they sent, especially on the phone lines. You know what I'm saying? You be thinking that, oh man, I lucked up, man. I remember I met this one chick, and some years ago, and like I said, my targeting was turning up at the time. I kept getting fired from jobs, and my money, they kept messing up my money. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I met this one chick on the phone line, and and she took me in. You know what I'm saying? She took me in. I was, like I said, I was, pretty much basically shit out of luck, you know what I'm saying, at this time. And she took me in, and I moved in with her. And I she knew. I told her up front, I'm like, look, I ain't got no job, I ain't got no money. She's like, I like you for you and all this. But now I realized that she was just a honeypot. You know what I'm saying? She was just, it wasn't really, I used to beat it up all night, every night, you know what I'm saying? But my point is that she was just a honeypot. That's the reason why she took me in. She might have been getting paid, to take me in, whatever. I don't know. I'm just putting the pieces together. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a puzzle. And it's up to you to put the pieces together, because ain't nobody going to tell you nothing. They're going to give you clues. So it's up to you to put the pieces together. This is your life. Remember this. This is your life. And you're the one that's living it. You're the director and the ambassador of your own movie. You're the star of the show, of your own show. So I'm just trying to give you light to your situation, so that way you can analyze your life and look at the people that's around you and the people that was around you that's no longer there no more. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why they're no longer there, because their time is up. They was only there to be there for a certain time. And now since you done woke up to the program, they disappeared. So now you got these new people. So now, because it's basically, like I said, the cat's out the bag, they're ashamed, you know what I'm saying? And they probably didn't think you was even going to live this long. They probably hoping that you would have been on died, you know what I'm saying, before you even woke up. That's another thing too. A lot of, they really was hoping that you would have died before you woke up and realized the truth, because they're ashamed. It's like catching these people with their drawers down. You know what I'm saying? You come to find out that people's fake, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be revealed. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be revealed and come to find out that they was a perpetrator. You exposed the perp. Hey, you a perp all this time? And then they look with the dumb look. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to, you think snitches want to be on broadcast that to the world that they a snitch? You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants that type of embarrassment or shame. You see what I'm saying? So in all reality, these snitches that was in your life, they were probably pretty much hoping that you would have died before you came to your senses to realize that they was perping you all along, and that the joke's been on you all along. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm just bringing light to y'all. I just want you to see this and analyze that this is so big. And it started from day one, the moment you descended from your mother's womb. These bots was planted there. They was there while you was in daycare drinking your bottle. Right next to you had a perp baby drinking a bottle, looking at you. He probably had red on too. Right in the beginning. You just didn't see it because you was asleep, thinking Jesus was going to come tonight. But anyway, I hope I brought some light to you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. This is DB, Gang Stalk Assimilation. Also, Truth in Plain Sight. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, you take your punk ass over there and subscribe right now before an alien come and rip your heart out. Can I get a no-no there? Holla back.
Let me live my life. Just leave me alone.